The American dream includes financial freedom in retirement. While there's really no magic recipe in getting there, there are some things to do when you are young to dramatically increase your chances of success. Local 12's Paula Toti shows us what comfortable people in their golden years tend to have in common.
Bo McMillan is not a typical 28-year-old.
I actually use a financial advisor. I have a set of diversified funds. And that money I'm hoping not to touch for about the next 30 years or so.
He's a content coordinator at O'Keefe Communications, basically in PR. He's not starting out making the big bucks, but socks away all the little bucks he can. Bo especially takes advantage of any company retirement savings plan.
Basically as much as they would match me. So if it was 4%, if it was 5% that they would match you with, I would make sure to get that full amount in.
It's probably safe to say Bo would love to end up here someday. Maybe not exactly this property in Indian Hill, but the lifestyle, a great view, and the woman who lives here can spend more time thinking about her passions than if there's enough money in the checkbook. Sabrina? Here.
Carol Sanger can afford to spend a lot of her retirement on animals. She started out a lot like Bo. She was a reporter, at one point the business editor at the Cincinnati Enquirer. But she started saving way before that.
When I would babysit at 50 cents an hour.
Saving as much as she could from each check, a lesson learned from her mom, a woman who lived through the Depression and tried to save 25% of her pay for a rainy day.
That's the lesson that I learned from her, and it was the best lesson of my life.
Financial experts recommend saving 10 to 20% each payday. Hire an expert to work with you throughout your life like Bo has done. He is also good about paying off debt, living within a budget, and has set up that all-important emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses.
I would almost recommend building that first before you do anything, because it's going to happen.
Yeah. Carol agrees not only will emergencies happen, but part of being successful is embracing change and always consider new career paths.
If I had stayed in journalism, I wouldn't have had the same lifestyle that I was able to get by being fortunate enough to get a really good job in corporate.
Using many of her same skills, she became a corporate VP for Federated. While already holding down 2 jobs, Bo also knows he has to be willing to move around and change. He has a master's degree, but experts recommend millennials like Bo think about getting jobs and not degrees. Advanced degrees that don't relate to career goals and taking time away from making money may not always pay off. Bo drives an old car, is careful about eating out, and like Carol, has learned from his family.
They taught me not to spend money I don't have, which is a simple concept, but it can be really difficult to pull off in the long run.
And while
it's really hard when you're 30 to envision yourself at 60,
it's the right thing to do to get to your own slice of paradise.
And Carol, by the way, retired early at 57. Financial planners will tell you that the end goal is to try to have enough invested at retirement that it will generate 80% of your income. And tomorrow we'll show you another thing to consider when you're young, this time young marriage, and how it may actually relate to Social Security later in life. Paula Toti, Local 12 News.